Everyone. I'm Michelle Heaton. I'm the head of school here at Mountain Academy, and it's my sincere pleasure to welcome us all back to the Teton Valley Campus in order to celebrate the continuation of our TVC 8th graders. As a pre-K to grade 8 campus, our 8th graders here are truly our seniors. Thank you for joining us to honor them today in this very special way. I want to extend a special welcome to the TVC middle school faculty, the fabulous Leela and Brooks, associate head of the TVC, Elle Schaefer, and of course the families of our TVC 8th graders who are joining us here in person. And then our extended community of students, faculty, staff, and friends who are joining us as we live stream this event. Of course, most importantly, I want to welcome our 3 TVC 8th graders, Evie, Jackson, and Gwen. Woo, 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 woo. We're excited to hear from each of you in just a little bit. As we are all aware, this has been a pretty difficult time for our local, our national, and our global communities. 8th graders, I'm going to say the same thing to you that I said to the seniors, our 12th graders, at their graduation on Wednesday. While this spring has certainly been a time to be socially distant, it is not a time to be silent or still. At Mountain Academy, we help students like you experience and understand your world so you can change it for the better. You're moving on to high school during a global pandemic in a country that is suffering from the pain of systemic racism. Clearly, our world needs a lot of better. It needs each of you as active and engaged change makers. As you expand your place and you step off this beautiful, windy, rural campus, I encourage you to continue to use your voice, your skills, your knowledge, and your privilege for good. Choose to act, or in the words of the great Marty Murray, if all is right within you, if you have enthusiasm, if you have curiosity, if you take it all as a great adventure, just see what you can do about it while you are here. Before we send you off to high school, and of course to change the world, we want to celebrate your time here on the TVC just a little bit more. To give us some perspective of the work you did while you were here, especially during your capstone year, I'm proud to introduce founding faculty of the TVC Middle School and our associate head of school, Elle Schaefer.
Thank you, family, friends, students, and Mountain Academy community members for joining us in person and virtually for our unique 2020 continuation ceremony. We're gathered to honor this year's 8th graders who are graduating from the Teton Valley Campus of Mountain Academy. For members of this 8th grade class, today marks the day you conclude your time as a Teton Valley Campus student and embark on new adventures outside of the farmhouse walls and open fields of our beloved campus. Whether you've been here for 2 years or 5 years, your academic accomplishments have been considerable, your contributions to our community have been far-reaching, and you have developed as a confident young person who is ready to take on the world. This 8th grade class embodies a group with immense resilience. For one, being the first 8th grade class to step into 2 key designated leadership roles, both as farm and garden stewards, which has meant calling local farms, cleaning the alpaca barn over the summer, helping to plant our garden, and acting as garden leaders through the year, and as student ambassadors for our campus, which has meant welcoming new families to our campus on the first day of school, and for open houses throughout the year. This group of 8th graders have been asked to be open-minded and willing to lead without, at times, clear direction and instead to rely on their instincts. Secondly, this year, these 3 eighth students have been met with the challenge of wrapping up their capstone year virtually, completing their capstone projects, focusing on the science of nutrition, the history of astronomy, and airfoils, as well as participating in an alternative rites of passage experience, completing solos in their backyards or favorite Teton Valley spots. While being resilient is not always pretty or fun, this class has it down, as they have met each challenge with grace and a bit of necessary humor. From being the ultimate reading buddies guides to participating fully in class journeys, highlights that include Dinosaur National Monument, Port Townsend, Washington, Washington, D.C., and virtually to Boise, Idaho. To being the lead voice in community meetings, the 8th grade class of 2020 has consistently led our community with their own poise and flair. In the spirit of resilience, we are thankful to you, as well as to your dedicated families, for the confidence, love, and support you have shown to the TVC over the years, and especially as we wrap up this year, a year we won't soon forget. None of this would be possible without each of you. While I have used resilience to describe you as a group, you each bring so many traits to our community and to our world. On behalf of Leela, Brooks, and the middle school Ursa, I would like to share individual compilations of appreciations for each of you from your classmates and teachers. Jackson, middle school with you has been an adventure I won't soon forget. You are a great peer and an inspirational friend. I think everyone needs a friend like you at least once in your life. You are smart, funny, and caring. You are an impressive role model for younger grades, and you can brighten any situation. You are always cheering people up when they aren't themselves. I hope that when I'm in 8th grade, I will be a leader like you in every way. Gwen, you blow me away every day with your intelligence, kindness, and generosity towards everyone. You are a fabulous person to be around, and I have always enjoyed being in your group for projects. You are a really, really good friend. When someone needs help, you are always the first one there. When people are feeling down, you go right up to them and say something to them that makes that person want to get up and keep going on with their day. I don't remember a time when you weren't willing to help someone out with a smile on your face. Evie, you always have a way to make people laugh with your fun sense of humor and regular jokes. Spending time with you outside on the playfield is always a blast, and your creativity and amazing ideas for project work are inspiring. You are a role model and incredibly kind to our reading buddies and classmates. I hope that our schoolmates look up to me like they look up to you next year. You are so thoughtful, smart, and you think outside the box. These are only a few descriptors of the many traits that this class has brought to our Teton Valley Campus community. Though your continuation will create holes in our campus community, we are sustained by the confidence that you will continue to find places and experiences where learning comes to life for you, and that you will find a way to share those with us. I would like to leave you with this quote from a favorite middle school read-aloud book, Rocket Boys. In it, Homer says, "I had discovered that learning something, no matter how complex, wasn't hard when I had a reason to want to know it." Go forth, 8th grade class of 2020, and continue to learn deeply and authentically. The world will be charmed by what's coming. Now we will hear from each of our 8th graders. First up, we will hear from Evie Cook.
Hello. Since I arrived at the Red House halfway through 4th grade, I didn't know what to expect from this new place, but I can't think of a better place to end up. This school has taught me so much academically and about myself. The teachers I've had over the years have all played such a huge role in helping me become the young woman I am today. This school has been my perfect match from day one, always allowing me to learn the way that I learn best. Now, I don't want to take up too much of your time with the countless stories and memories I have from my time here, but I'll share a highlight from each year. 4th grade. This year, we had a fun chemistry presentation for all of our parents. This was special to me just because it was one of my first experiences with TVCS. I also met one of my best friends, Sophie Nielsen. 5th grade. This is still one of my favorite projects that I've done to this day. We did a project on Mars and Mars rovers, and for our final product, we split into groups and we created our own rovers that we competed with in Pocatello. This is also when I met the wonderful Miss Gwen Nielsen. My gosh, I'm sorry, I'm nervous. Miss Gwen Kinney. All right, 6th grade. This is when we did our natural disaster project. We had a scenario, and we had to work against the disasters and time itself. 7th grade. This was undoubtedly one of my favorite years at TVCS. We went on the best field trip I could imagine, full of sailing, treacherous bus rides, and long, long handshakes. I created some of my favorite memories on that trip. And 8th grade. Here we are. My favorite moments in this year were spent on the 8th grade trip to Washington, D.C. That was just such a wonderful trip, and I loved every moment of it. Now, I'd like to give some gratitude to those who have made this year and all the others incredible and unforgettable. First up, thank you to my parents. I wouldn't be where I am today without you. You've always supported me and looked out for me. This school was your idea, and I can't thank you enough for that. I love you both so much. Thank you. Thank you, Tonya, Lulu, Ethan, and Katie Rose. You have made each of your classes special, and I looked forward to them every week. Thank you, Anna, David, Elle, and Andy. You have made my years in your classrooms absolutely incredible, and you each had your own unique way of teaching that I absolutely loved. Thank you, Leela and Brooks. You have made my final year at TVC so awesome, even with the challenges you faced with distance learning. Thank you. Leela, you have always come up with the most fun and engaging activities for classes, and I couldn't ask for a sweeter math teacher. Brooks, you always find a way to somehow make everything you teach sound like it's your favorite thing in the world, and that inspires me. I couldn't imagine finishing my year at TVC without thanking my two amazing classmates, Jackson and Gwen. You have both been the greatest people I could imagine finishing my time here with. Jackson, you are such a wonderfully funny and insanely smart dude. You work your way around any problem that you face, and you can always lift people's spirits. You've been a great friend and classmate over the 2 years that I've known you, and I'm sad to see you go. Thank you. Gwen, in short, you've made me the person I am today. You have made such a huge impact on my life, and I don't know what I would do without you. You, that shy girl I met at the chicken coop a week before 5th grade started. You, the girl who took a chance on me and became the best friend that I've ever had. You, the girl that makes me smile each day without fail and can laugh with me for hours over one dumb joke. Thank you all. You have made my school years amazing. Now I have to wrap this up sometime, so I'll leave you with a quote from Pee Wee Herman. It's been real, and it's been fun, and it's been real fun. Thank you.
TSS, and now Mountain Academy, I should say, has been my school and community for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade so far. After moving from Concord, Massachusetts to Victor, Idaho, I realized a lot would change. I went from a 43-student 5th grade class on the East Coast to a 43-student middle school on the JC. As school progressed that year, I started to like the smaller classes and saw how beneficial they were to myself and others. TSS offered so much more than I could have ever expected. Everything from place-based education to project-based learning and competency-based assessment was all new to me, and opened up so much opportunity for new experiences and learning styles. The smaller classes allowed me to connect with my peers and feel a sense of community and trust. That community feel tightly wound my class as we traveled on journeys like Salt Lake, Port Townsend, Coulter Bay, and Washington, D.C., and so many more places. Each journey brought with it new learning opportunities and experiences that allowed me to revisit things I missed, like the ocean in Seattle, even though it's not quite the right one I'm used to. Roaming around D.C. was also new to me. Walking around the cities that wasn't Boston is a new experience, but brought back good memories. Starting a fire with flint and steel was also very new, and again, brought lots of good memories, and I'll always remember that. Spending an hour and 45 minutes out in my driveway trying to start a fire. In the smaller classes we had, I found it easier to speak up and ask questions for additional help. I found it easier to speak up and ask for additional help on a question or voice an issue I may be encountering either at home or in school and be able to talk to my teachers about that. All of the teachers I've had at Journeys and TVCS somehow found a way to make every event memorable and feel special to me and others. Still, I remember Eli Birkenfield and I's 2-hour and 4-minute unbroken handshake on our excruciating 15-hour drive to Washington State. Breaking, but no longer holding, thanks to Evie, the world record. Finally, I want to thank all the teachers I've had throughout my time so far at TSS. Big thanks to Ashley, Ethan, Dusty, Andy, Wendy, Sophie, and all the others who were there for my 6th grade year at Journeys. And my 7th and 8th grade teachers, Lulu, Katie Rose, Christy, Tonya, Riley, Elle, Ethan, and finally Brooks and Leela. Brooks always finds a way to make all of our assignments fun and engaging, and more often than not, somehow works around the pillar downstairs in the Sage House. Leela is always there for anything from help on a math problem to comic relief. Thank you both for an amazing 8th grade year to top off my middle school journey and boosting me into high school on the JC next year. Last but not least, Gwen, to the podium.
Hello, I'm Gwen. I haven't been going to this school for very long. I got here in 5th grade, so that means only 4 years out of 14. Yet I've learned a lot from our pretty little Teton Valley of Idaho. So I thought I'd share just a little advice I have. I just need to say it, maybe so you'll remind me of it when I forget it later. Advice number 1, take a chance. You don't know till you try, and some of the best things that have happened to me are because of chance. Evie took a chance with me back when I first got here, and together we took a chance with Jackson, and now, when he came from the GC, and now we're graduating together, stronger than we could ever be alone. My mom took a chance on the little alpaca school behind our house, and it has taught me more than I could have ever thought I could learn. I took a chance at happiness, tried to become someone who could do anything, and that simple hope got me further than ever. Advice number 2, love. There should be no shame in loving things, no matter how weird it is. You shouldn't suppress simple pleasures. They can lift you out of dark places, and oftentimes, you don't even have to mention it to anyone. Love people too. It's much nicer to love someone than it is to hate someone, for both you and them. Advice number 3, take care of yourself. You're the only one guaranteed to have till the end, so learn to give yourself everything you need. Get that extra piece of chocolate, become friends with that person. Kick that person out of your life if they aren't being right. Binge watch your new favorite show. It feels good and puts you in a better place to deal with other things. Advice number 4, give people some trust. I'm not saying that everything anyone says should be trusted, but if someone recommends you do something, try it. And if someone feels like you're being irrational, maybe consider it. Not everyone is trying to ruin your life, and seeing if what they're saying is true can change yours. Advice number 5, be kind. You have no idea what people are going through or how hard life is for them right now. Just a little compassion can give someone the boost they need. It gave me the boost I needed. And finally, advice number 6. Question. Nobody got anywhere by hearing something, coming to a conclusion, or being told something and just saying, well, okay. Everyone should constantly be questioning. Just the slightest miss could throw off everything, so ask, investigate, learn, and move forward. This school has taught me all these things and so much more, and that we could all be the heroes of this little story.
Well done, 8th graders. Thank you so much for sharing your stories and your time and your talent with us. We really appreciate hearing from you and for all you've done for our school community, which means now it's time to receive your TVC diplomas. So when I call your name, you're going to come up to the stage. You'll go over to your pile of stuff. I'll explain what's in that in a minute. And we want you to grab, as I shared with you earlier, just your diploma, and you can stand for a picture. So if family members want to kind of step forward and snap a picture, just try to hold on to it tightly so it doesn't go blowing in the wind. In addition to your diploma, we are giving you 2 other things. One is your portfolio, which represents the work you have done during your time here on the Teton Valley Campus. And then a gift from us, actually 2 gifts from us. One is a framed picture of the 3 of you to celebrate your 8th grade year, and then a string backpack to put it all in that says Mountain Academy on it. Are we ready? Genevieve Marin Cook. Grab just the diploma part. Yeah, and then stand in front. Try to hold on to it really tight, and then let your parents grab a pic. Awesome. Woo woo, Evie! Jackson Wetmore Heaton. Woo woo! And Gwendolyn Eve Kinney. Woo-hoo! Ladies and gentlemen, the 8th grade TVC class of 2020. Woo! So while it saddens us that outside of our family groups, we can't give you the hugs and handshakes that we usually would, we have an alternative way to celebrate you. So what we're going to ask is that the 3 of you, and then families can move as well. We're going to move to the front porch of the main house, or front area of the main house, and we've got some faculty and friends that are going to parade by and celebrate you. So congratulations. You guys can leave your stuff here and come back and get it if you want. Well done. Excellent job. Congratulations. We know you're going to make us proud.